Hey guys, this is Tim with Invisible Pain. Today, I've been watching several different videos and things on YouTube, Facebook, wherever. And today's the big news today is where Joe Biden announced that he's running for re-election. And so today, as I'm sitting there watching Fox, and I always flip around to different news channels to see what they're talking about, and you've got some Republicans stating, that they've come up with this idea that we need new blood, and not wanting Joe Biden nor Donald Trump. So I said, you know what, we need to really get into this and see what's going on. So we're going to jump right in on this. I was sitting there thinking about, why Republicans, some of the Republicans, and even Democrats, why they come out and go against Joe Biden or Donald Trump. And the reason half these guys is on the Democratic side. We'll start with them. The reason these guys is trying to dump Joe Biden right now has nothing other than a re-election bid. They want to try to veer themselves as far from him as they can, so they can want to keep that position that they've got. And people says, why does people want to hold on to that so much? And if I've looked and done a little bit of background and kind of looked at where these guys that get into these political offices, where they come from, and when you start doing a little bit of research on these guys and you see how they come up, some of these guys, they didn't come up with a silver spoon or nothing, but some of them didn't. That they got into being a politician and the money changed. They went from living a very humble life to living high on the hog. So when they do that, they don't want to let go of this. They don't want to let go of the money. And same thing for the guys on Trump. They're saying that some other guys will be a better matchup, and they're saying that, they don't think that Trump can beat Biden, blah, blah, blah. All it is they're scared that they're going to get dumped and they're going to lose their backing and their big financial futures on our back. But today, what I really want to talk about is the polarization between the both. When Biden come out today, he didn't do a normal speech. He threw. I'm a Donald Trump supporter, but Joe Biden kind of split the nation today, because not only is he he talk about Donald Trump, he's talking about the MAGA, the people that support Donald Trump, and that we're that we're bad for our for this society, and we ain't nothing but a bunch of pretty much we're nothing but a bunch of thugs, and walk around with guns hanging off of every arm and just shooting everybody and killing everybody. And that's just, it's so terrible that a president of our great nation would get on there and try to polarize, whether it be Republican or Democrat. It's sickening. So today I was sitting there thinking about that, and I was going back through looking at videos and stuff of when Donald Trump, everybody calls him a racist. And nobody wants to talk about when he supported Jesse Jackson, when Jesse Jackson was wanting to run for president of the United States. And that's a black man. Nobody wants to talk about that. And then nobody wants to talk about when Oprah Winfrey said she wanted to be like Trump, and all these different people that, when you would see these big outings with the cameras everywhere, and they got their arms wrapped around Donald Trump, and he's throwing these big parties built, inviting all these people, and everybody's got their arm around him. And the reason everybody had their arm around him, because he wasn't running for the president then. They was wanting his money. They was wanting his support. That way they could keep doing what they was doing, keep in their office. So if you really want to step back and people want to compare what Joe Biden has done the last couple of years, and whether you want to accept it or not, I could care less. But the The facts, you can't dispute the facts. No matter what you say, and the way a lot of people does when they get on these social media and they make these comments, they try to attack the person. They try to call them racist or something to do with Donald Trump, and they can say what they want to, but they can't get away from the facts. And the facts are, and I was sitting there a while ago, and it took me about 30 seconds to write some things down that Biden has done for our great country. And I'm gonna read through some of them. It says, inflation, our dollar is crashing. I mean, our dollar is in very bad shape right now. Layoffs is coming because of the inflation. When inflation happens and it gets out of control, the only way to control that and get it backward is people has to lose their jobs. And there's going to be a lot of people that's going to lose their jobs. They don't want to talk about this right now. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to be losing their jobs. There's going to be a lot of cuts from these big companies. And the only way that they can get the inflation under control is people's going to have to lose their job. And that's terrible. There's a lot of people that's going to start losing homes, cars. I mean, a lot of bad things that's going to happen. Our energy independence, our fuel prices. I remember when I was growing up, I mean, you could get fuel, and nobody ever thought about fuel being a weekly bill. Now people has to manage that, whatever their vehicle costs to drive back and forth to work or wherever they have to go during the week. They have to figure that in as part of the survival of their home. And it's become to a point now that a lot of people don't even fill their vehicles up anymore. They put $10, $20 here and there just to get them where they're going. The indoctrination of our children, they're trying to push the parent out of the way and say that the parent has no right to teach their kid that the government's going to teach. I don't think many people's going to fall for that one. The prisons are being emptied, and murderers, rapists are being turned out and turned loose. And then there's been many cases of these people's getting out of prisons, going out and doing or getting in trouble and getting arrested, and them not giving them any. They're turning around, just turn them right loose again, without any bond or anything. Just turn them loose. Let's see what else we got here. The border is absolutely broken, and the drugs with the fentanyl and stuff's coming in, and it's killing people rampant. But the border is supposed to be secure, as Joe Biden says. And then our nation has been humiliated. We've been humiliated when we left Afghanistan. That was terrible. I mean, there's no other words you can describe that. That's absolutely terrible. And now you've got Russia teaming up with China. Iran's going to have a nuclear bomb. Ukraine is being sent an unfathomable amount of money over there that I don't even know that if I even know where the money's going. And now all you hear from these countries now, that because we have no leadership, is they try to scare us. Nuclear bombs, lie. And then over the next 10 years, Biden is supposedly wanting to spend $73 trillion. Where does that money come from? That comes out of us. And until we can get our stuff together, we need to slow down and really pay attention to what's going on, because all it is the great big lie starting all over again on Biden's side. He's going to go in hiding. Now the election's coming in. He's not going to talk to reporters. He's not going to go in front of cameras, and he's going to do the same thing he done last time, and he's going to try to hide and try to lie his way right back in there again. But the facts can't be broken. You can't push this out. This is the truth. People, I'm telling you right now that if we don't make a change, our world as we know it is gone. Guys, I'm going to send a part 2 here in a few minutes. I'm starting to work on it now. Like, share, follow me on this page. I've got some stuff's getting ready to just blow your head off some of the things that I've been through and seen in my life. Like, share, comment. Tim Tilley, Invisible Pain. Thank you, guys.